This is Elizabeth Palmer in London. Battered by storms and buffeted by riots in the wake of near economic collapse, Europe and Europeans are feeling bruised and a little fragile. Maybe that's why they're especially sensitive to reports about America's decline. We decided to ask several commentators from around Europe for their perspective.
Europeans, especially Germans, I would say they fear a decline of American power.
Peter Klein, Berlin bureau chief for RTL Television, says Europeans hope first for a revitalized U.S. economy.
They do need American leadership. They do need a strong America, because you cannot solve any of the major problems and crises in the world without American leadership.
There have been serious rifts with Europe over the U.S. invasion of Iraq, for example. And more recently, WikiLeaks, which revealed what American diplomats really think of some European leaders. But the common bonds endure, even as geopolitics shift.
We are never going to have the political links with China or Russia the way that we have them with the US.
Tim Marshall, diplomatic editor in London for Sky News.
I don't think America is in decline, and I think it's an overstated case, and people mistake the fact that China is growing in power, that Japan and Germany will be greater economic powers. And so there's going to be competition, but that doesn't mean that America is becoming weaker. Militarily, America's got a good 50-year lead on everybody else.
And much as Europeans have resented American military supremacy, they still depend on it.
If the US is indeed losing influence in the world, then most people here in the Netherlands would actually view that as bad news.
Steven Schoppert is a political reporter with RTL Dutch TV.
The Dutch public and the Dutch politicians here in The Hague have seen the US as their last line of defense, as their nuclear shield against aggressors.
And they hope leading the way in new ideas.
America's greatest strength is innovation.
Maria Cafaro, news anchor for Rai TV in Italy, says it's America's youth and drive that still inspire.
America is the country where you can become president before you're 50. And that is, from Italy's point of view, where our politicians sort of stick and are glued to their chairs till the age of 75 or more. That is quite a lot.
So, as the year turns, Europe's verdict, tinged no doubt with wishful thinking. Reports of America's decline are greatly exaggerated.